everyone, I'm Jess, you're watching Keto Rewind. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, hey, what's up? If you are new here, would you consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on those notifications if you like this video? So today's video is going to be Ketovore. When I did a question and answer video a couple days ago, when I initially asked the questions, hey, if you get a question, leave a comment below. I got a ton of keto and carnivore questions. I'm sorry, I've had a ton of carnivore and ketovore questions. So I was asking mainly about keto, but then I have been doing lots of carnivore and ketovore. So I guess that's obviously, I should have made that a little bit more clear and to post them below too. So why not? I'm gonna make this video about ketovore, carnivore, and keto. So, and why I do what I do, the method to my madness. So, let's jump right in. What is keto? Keto is essentially a metabolic state. There is no such thing as a keto food. It's literally a metabolic state of your protein, fats, and carbohydrates. So, in other words, 70% should be fat, 25% should be protein, and 5% carbohydrate. Those levels should have you in ketosis. It's pretty self-explanatory. The foods that you should eat that help maintain that is obviously, you know, proteins, fats, good healthy fats, and green leafy vegetables. What does it not include? Sugar, processed foods, you know, all that fluff that you see in the middle of the aisles of the grocery store. No. So, now what is carnivore? Carnivore is essentially you're eating animal products. So if it came from an animal, you can have it. If it did not come from an animal, you can't have it. I mean, there's a few things here and there that the little fine lines, but I'm saying in general, animal product is carnivore. So what is ketovore? Well, for me, I did not name this ketovore. This is what I've seen on the internet calling it. There's a couple different spellings for ketovore as well, but I think I like it better like this. But, so what is ketovore? I like to combine the best of both worlds and do both. So what's my method to my madness? Okay, so during the week, Monday through Friday, I eat carnivore. Friday and Saturday, I switch to keto. So I call that ketovore. But what does that all mean? Well, during the week, Monday through Friday, I will do protein with a fat. And I will have that both breakfast and lunch. And when I determine my macros or how much of each thing to have at my meal, I'm using the same exact, well, for one, let me just put a little asterisk. You don't even need to track it. If you're doing carnivore, you probably don't even need to track it. So if you're someone who doesn't like to track, this might be for you. But getting back, I like to track, so I'm gonna talk about the tracking part. I use the same exact guidelines as the keto numbers. The only exception is I now, because I'm not eating any vegetables, I now have about, you know, it pretty much just drops that 5% right off and my macros go to just the meat and protein. So for example, if the protein that I'm allowed to have in my macros is, I think, 85 grams of protein. I'm still hitting 85 grams of protein. Being that I divide my meals up into 2 meals, because I do fasting and I don't do breakfast. So between my other 2 meals, lunch and dinner, that's when I'll have my, you know, my protein macros. So in other words, it's around 5 to 6 ounces cooked. It's a little more raw, but 5 to 6 ounces cooked of protein per meal. And I do it twice. So what does that mean? I'll have like a hamburger and I'll make it like a 6 ounce patty raw, and then by the time it's cooked, it's down to like 5 ounces. But I'll have it with some butter as like a butter burger. Or I'll throw on some avocado. Avocado's not really, it's one of those in the middle. It's really a fruit, but it's a fat, and oh, it's a mind blowing. So what does that mean? I will still hit my 85 grams of protein, Because even on keto, I hit my protein numbers. I make it an effort, and that's the one goal that I hit every day. As for the fat number, I can have 109 grams of fat at my current height and weight, and I maybe hit 90. Maybe. In other words, I'm usually about 20 grams of fat under my fat goal. But I don't see that as a goal. I see it as a limit. So if I'm not feeling hungry during the day, I don't stress about getting my fat in. I have a 24-hour buffet right here that my body gets to eat from. I bring it with me everywhere we go, you know? So I don't ever stress on hitting that fat goal. And that's one few things that separates me from other keto folks. Because I'm morbidly obese, I never stress hitting my fat. Now, if you're not morbidly obese and you're very fit, maybe you're underweight, maybe whatever. If you are not someone who's morbidly obese, then you probably should eat more fat. You'll probably be hungry. But me, I'm morbidly obese, so I get to do it this way right now. When I'm at my goal weight, I will probably have to make sure I pay attention more to how much fat I'm having. So if I'm allowed 109 grams of fat, I probably, as long as I'm feeling good, I'll probably hit 90 grams of fat that day. So I'm significantly under, and that makes my calories also under too. But it also gives me a cushion, because sometimes when you log something, how do you know that really has those nutrients in it? How do you know those numbers are correct? So by being under, it kind of gives me a margin of error as well. So my calories, I think it's like 13 something. I maybe hit 1100 to 1200. And I'm feeling full at that rate. If I go to the gym, I will probably eat a little bit more fat, because I've burned off more calories. So, you know, I can't maintain going to the gym and have 900 calories. So obviously I have more on those days. But as for carbohydrates, when I'm on keto, it's usually like 1 gram. And 1 gram is usually because of, like, I'll have heavy whipping cream or something in my coffee. So, that's pretty much the only change. I don't have the carbs at all. So then on the weekends, I follow the exact same numbers, but now I'm allowed to have 17 grams of net carb. So it makes it so that I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm living the best of both worlds. During the week, I'm busy, and eating carnivore seems to be easier to do because you're not making two sides. How many times have you gone to a restaurant and you get to pick two sides? How many times has mom cooked for you and you have two sides? You know, like this thing where you always have to have all these side dishes with your meat is kind of like, now I'm starting to be like, well, I don't need to have all that. You know, so at most now I do one side because I feel like having all of that is kind of silly. Only on special occasions and, you know, random times, whatever. But the day-to-day stuff, you don't really need all of that. You don't. It's nice to have on the weekends, you know, like that kind of thing. So I find it easier to meal prep. So we will make up like a whole tray of steaks, for example, and we will cook them all up Sunday night, Monday night, something like that. And I'll store them all and they're all ready to go. And during the week, I pull out the steak, throw some butter on it, reheat it, dinner's done. Now, when it comes to my kids, they will still have that steak, but I will do some frozen mixed vegetables. They'll do, you know, like some steamed broccoli. They love soup. I give them lots of soup, that kind of thing. So they just get a little extras and everybody wins. Nothing's weird. So, and then to come fast forward to the weekend, that's when I'll do, you know, like my much fancier cuisines, because for one, I have time on the weekends. I don't have time during the week. I'm a busy mom. We're shuffling my kids around to all the stuff in school and homework, and so on the weekends you get to pump the brakes, and you get to have the sweeteners, the keto sweeteners. For one of my favorites, Lakanto, so I can make a mug cake. I can do something like that, but I save it for the weekend. So that also keeps me in check, so that my moderation is there. I'm not having mug cakes on a Tuesday night. You know, I'm having them on the weekend, you know, where there's only 2 days instead of the 5 days during the week. So it's kind of like just my little method to my madness of what's working right now. And I want to also add, your body is so conditioned to adapt and to become efficient. So when I'm constantly throwing all these like left turns to my body's constantly, all right, what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? Instead of getting into a rhythm, being like, all right, I got this. You know, like it's throwing and keeping your body guessing keeps the scale moving. So my body can't really get into a rhythm because I'm constantly changing. So, and it's working right now. I feel wonderful on Carnivore. I would totally do Carnivore full-time forever if I had an autoimmune disease, cancer, some like wicked inflammation, type 2 diabetes. There's so many reasons to do Carnivore, but I don't have any of that, and I love my veggies. So I can't fully commit to make that a lifestyle because I can't give up my veggies. I enjoy my vegetables, and I don't feel like eating vegetables is ever gonna kill anybody. So that's why I kind of do this Ketovore thing where I'm doing Carnivore, but I still get to have my veggies, and everybody wins. I'm talking about me. So you know what I mean? And I still get my keto sweeteners, but I'm having them in moderation. It's putting limits on me. It's teaching me, you know, to take the emphasis off of eating and have the emphasis back on life where it's supposed to be, you know, and playing with my kids and keeping up because I've got the energy levels now to keep up. So I hope this made sense. I hope I filled in all the gaps that I can. I'm going to put a link to one, and I don't know what side it is, in the cards on the sample menu items. But if you want to see more more of like what I eat in a day when I'm doing this, comment below and I'll start filming again what I'm eating. So, and if that'll help you and give you ideas on how to do this, comment below that you want to see it. So I'm Jess. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the next one. Have a good one, and go be great.